Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to the Trover's Kingdom. So, let's take an opportunity to mention the most influential women on this planet that we know that most are still alive and some have passed on, but we cannot forget their their work or their art. So the first lady or first woman is Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou wrote the most powerful poetry, and that poetry was I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. That was the poetry of Maya Angelou. So, the next is Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball, known in what is called I Love Lucy. She was a powerful figure of camera. She was the first woman to own a studio, a major studio called Desu Productions. She was the first woman to own a powerful studio called Desu Production. And she died at the age of 77 in 1989. She was for lady. Next is Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth II served as the head of the royal family for 70 years. And she had the longest reigning monarchy in British history. 70 years. As you all know, she passed away just in June 2022 at the age of 96. The next is Rosa Parks, who was famously known for civil rights movement. Especially when she refused to give a seat on the bus for a white passenger. Her bravery sparked the Montgomery bus boycott and was major fact in the end of legal segregation. She died in 2005 at the age of 92. Okay, next is Halle Berry, fashionist, black woman to win the Oscar for Monsters Ball, and she won also the Woman of Color Award. So that is an actress, sorry. Amelia Earhart, a very brave woman who was able to fly. She was a pilot, she was able to fly across Atlantic Ocean, and that was a moment of change in aviation where uh, where the mysteries about her disappearances broad theories, uh, and she spent her final days on a remote island. That is Amelia Earhart. Next ready is Michelle Kwan, who dominated the ice. That is, if you know the game of ice, uh, those who can skate, you know that game. She won 43 championships. That is incredible. And she has 2 Olympic medals. That is super interesting. Malala Yousafzai, she began fighting for girls' rights to education in Pakistan at just 11 years. And after surviving an assassination attempt a few years later, she has courageously continued to be a worldwide voice for younger women. In 2024, she became the world's youngest Nobel Peace Prize recipient. That is Malala. Next woman is Lita Moreno. Lita Moreno is a singer and a dancer with acting skills. She acted in various plays and she became the first Latin woman to win an Oscar. 15 years later, she achieved EGOT status. That is another superwoman. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Jewish woman who was appointed to be the Supreme Court. Her entire career was very characterized by pivotal moments in American history, consistently standing up for gender equality and civil rights. She died at the age of 87, not 20, 87. Next superwoman is Aretha Franklin, who was one of the most enjoyed voices in history, and she had 18 Grammy Awards. So she was known in hits like Respect, I Say Aretha Player. She became the first female artist to be inducted into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She died at the age of 76 in 2018. Vera Wang, the first generation Chinese American fashion designer, has become one of the most beloved bridal designers of all times. Before launching her own brand, she worked at Vogue and Ralph Lauren. In 2005, the Council of Fashion Designers of America selected her as the Women's Wear Designer of the Year. Marie Curie. Curie was a scientific genius behind radioactivity and X-rays as we know them today. Not only did she become the first woman to ever win the Nobel Peace Prize in 1903, but she also became the first person to ever win twice. In 1911, Curie was 66 when she died in 1934. Elizabeth Taylor, oldest Hollywood star, captivated moviegoers in hits like Cleopatra 1963 and Suddenly Last Summer 1959. The two-time Best Actress Oscar winner was also one of the first celebrities to speak openly about the AIDS crisis, creating Elizabeth Taylor HIV/AIDS Foundation in 1991. She died in 2011 at the age of 79. Serena Williams. Serena Williams served as the face of tennis for years, alongside her sister Venus, and inspired younger female athletes around the world. With 23 Grand Slam singles titles and 4 Olympic gold medals, she retired in September 2022 as one of the best players to ever step foot on the court. Jane Austen changed the course of English literature with the social commentary in 1913, plied as prejudice. Interestingly enough, she wasn't revealed as the author of the first 3 novels until after her death in 1917 at the age of 41. She died early. Sally Ride became the first American woman to travel to space. Sally Ride was the first woman to travel to space, and she was also the first selected woman in 1,000 applicants. She died in 2012 when she was 61 years old. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey, from 1986 to 2011, Winfrey hosted her popular talk show, which turned her into Emmy-winning media sensation. Aside from her successful magazine, TV network, and producing career, she is also an esteemed philanthropy and political activist. We have Rachel Brockovich made history in 2022 when she was named the first woman to manage an affiliate of Major League Baseball team. This is in New York, where Yankees hired her to lead its low-A Tampa Tapons. She worked as the team's minor league hitting coach. Princess Diana, the Princess of Wales' boarding penance, daring fashion, and close bond with her sons made her a beloved member of the royal family. She also spoke openly about mental health and HIV awareness and continued to support several charities after her 1992 separation from then Prince Charles. 5 years later, she died in a car crash at the age of 36. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton, with 10 Grammy wins and 53 nominations, Parton has created lasting legacy in the country of music. Katharine Hepburn. Sacred Hepburn on the camera work was nothing short of fantastic, but she was just inspiring in her day-to-day life. She was one of the first actresses to embrace menswear and trousers. Her style choices inspired women of the time to not be afraid to wear looks that made them feel comfortable. She died at the age of 96 in 2003. Rizzo, with songs about self-love, Anybody, was positive. Rizzo has become a beacon of right in the music industry. She is also classically trained fluist, often treating her fans to impressive solos on stage. Chloe Zhao, Chinese filmmaker who have won several awards from her directorial work on indie movies like Nomadland. She became the second woman and first woman of color to win the Best Director at the Oscars. So, that is not over. We are still going. We are still going. So, we are still on the woman named Chloe Zhao. Next is Abid Haj Muhammad. In 2016, fencing star Muhammad made history as the first Muslim woman wearing a hijab to represent the United States in Olympics. That same year, she won a bronze medal and she was included in Time's 100 most influential people list. Okay, the next is Barbara Walters. Barbara Walters is anchoring hit programs like 2020, The View, and Today. Walters was known as one of the most well-respected figures in history. She defied the odds by becoming the first female to co-anchor of the network evening news programs. Sarah Thomas became the first full-time female of NFL official in 2015. And her milestone have empowered women throughout sports industry. Anna Maya Wong, which is an Asian American movie star, is also a very great talent, and she fought against racism, discrimination, and starred in over 50 films. In 1960, 1 year before her death at the age of 56, the actor became the first Asian American woman to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, the former First Lady, transformed the White House by restoring its original elegance and making an effort to procure art and furniture owned by past presidents. She died at the age of 64 in 1994. Barbra Streisand, besides her beautiful voice and Grammy-winning career, Streisand paved the way for Jewish actors in Hollywood. Her pivotal roles in Yentl in 1903 and Funny Girl in 1968 celebrated her culture in a new way. So the next one is Amanda Gorman. Amanda Gorman, at just 22 years old, Gorman left the nation feeling united and emotional after her poem, The Hill We Climb, at the President Joe Biden's inauguration in 2021. 4 years earlier, she was named the first National Youth Poet Laureate of the United States. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa, considered one of the world's greatest humanitarian, Mother Teresa dedicated her life to charity work. She received Nobel Peace Prize in 1979 and was posthumously canonized as Saint Teresa of Calcutta in 2016. She died at the age of 87. That was it for Mother Teresa. We have also Junko Tabei. Tabei became the first woman to summit Mountain Everest. She was also the first woman to complete 7 summits, having climbed the tallest mountain on every continent and even survived an avalanche. The explorer died in 2016 when she was 77. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift breaking almost every record imaginable, including most streamed album in a single day, and she have earned 46 Grammy nominations and 12 wins in her career. Thus, in 2019, following the controversy over her masters, she announced that she would be re-recording her first 6 albums in empowering efforts to own her work. So that is Taylor Swift. We have Ruth Handler. Ruth Handler, when Handler, the co-founder of Mattel, invested the Barbie doll in 1959, she forever influenced childhoods around the world. Childhoods around the world. Harriet Tubman, a true American hero, led slaves to safety via underground railroads from 1850 to 1860. She made 19 trips from south to north to free more than 300. Tubman died at the age of 93 in 1913. Mazi Hirono, having served as the Lieutenant Governor of Hawaii between 1994 and 2002, Hirono not only became the first Asian American and Pacific Rwanda woman to ever sworn into Senate in 2013, but she is also the first Buddhist senator. That is incredible. Selena Gomez, former, is also one of the best actors, and she has been nominated for Grammy Awards and played the role in The Younger Woman for over a decade. She also opened up about her personal struggles with mental health and lupus, and has raised money for access to services and education for younger people through her Rare Impact Fund. That is incredible. I didn't know that. The next lady, superwoman, is Danielle Luna. Danielle Luna was inspired and also developed careers of Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell, and several other beautiful black supermodels who followed in her footsteps. In March 1966, she became the first woman of color to appear on the cover of British Vogue. At only 33 years old, Luna died in 1979. Another woman who is very, very influential is Susan B. Anthony, co-founder of National Women Suffrage Association, fought hard for gender equality and women's right to vote. She sadly never got to see her dream become a reality, as the 19th Amendment was passed 14 years after her death in 1906. Michelle Obama. Obama was the first black First Lady of the United States during the presidency of her husband Barack Obama. From 2009 to 2017, her main initiatives were focused on healthy living and education. In 2018, she announced her first major project with Obama Foundation, the Girls Opportunity Alliance, which aims to empower adolescent girls through education. That was it for today, and we appreciate you for staying with us, and we also apologize for the noise of pets.